How are we doing? A good day out there today. I was really excited about the way the players practiced. I thought we made some plays on both sides of the ball that was really good to see at this point in spring practice. 3 weeks in now, we got 6 practices left over the next 2 weeks. We'll put goal line in on Tuesday, so I think we're moving at a pretty good pace right now. Questions?
What can you tell us about that reverse you ran at the end of the practice with those 2 guys?
Oh, those two guys are special guys in our program. They're not strangers to our program. Matty DeRiggi and Danny Garofalo, the 2 young men who spent some time with us in practice here over the last couple of years. Danny actually lives in my town. He and my son share a birthday and are good friends. Go to school together. So the day we do every year in college football with the DMD Coach the Cure. Those are the young men that we're doing it for. So to have them both out here today, I thought we could try to create a good experience for them and a good experience for our players too. It was fun to see them out there run the reverse. It was good.
Is it good to see the team, whole team get behind that, get all energetic, something fun for them on Saturday?
I think it is, and I think we've got really good kids in this program, and I think when they see an opportunity to give back, I think that becomes part of your obligation as somebody who either coaches football for a living or has the opportunity to play Division I football. You got to make sure you remember to give back when the opportunity presents itself.
Were you happy with how the offense looked? Looked pretty sharp, at least in the 2-minute. I was not 2-minute red zone. Excuse me.
I thought the offense had a good red zone period today. I thought the offense made a lot of plays today. We had some negative plays too that'll come back to haunt you. We got to minimize those as best we can. We got to clean up the 2-minute drill. We're not really doing the 2-minute drill operationally the way we'll do it in a game just yet. So we're still kind of installing that part of the procedure, but we're getting the mechanics of it down. Today's scenario is touchdown to win are a little more challenging than the field goal to win. But I thought the offense made some plays today, so it's encouraging.
How would you say the walk-on receivers are coming along? Vance has been here for a while developing, and then Antoine rolling early.
Yeah, it's really a good day for both those guys. I'm going to call him T because that's what the boys call him. But I think Vance and I think T, I think both those guys did a nice job. Even the guy who's converted over to tight end, Jeff Gignac, he's another one who's making progress, and I think all those things ultimately help build the depth of your football team, and sometimes you end up with great players through that process. Guys like Paul James, Michael Burton, Sean O'Hara, Gary Brackett, Howard Barbieri. All these guys were walk-ons in our program, so I think the more you can develop your walk-ons in the program, not only you build depth, but you got a chance to get some great players too.
Kyle, one of the spots it seems you have some riches when everybody is healthy is running back. Do you imagine when everybody is healthy, do you imagine splitting carries? Do you imagine developing certain roles for certain guys?
I think ultimately you'd like to give somebody an opportunity to dominate the game, and I think when you've got a great one, you can do that. I think you could probably give 2 guys a lot of carries, and then if there's a 3rd guy, he's going to have some role if he deserves it. But I think all those things will shake out in training camp. I think over the course of the season, we're going to need them all. I don't think there's any doubt about that.
Kyle, can you talk about a guy like Sam Bergen, who kind of maybe flies under the radar in our eyes, but talking to some of his teammates, they seem to have a lot of respect for how hard he works?
Yeah, Sam is a really hard-working, tough guy. Just a good old-fashioned blue-collar football player, and one of the guys that helps make your team better because of all the things he does in his role, not only as a backup in practice and possibly a starter when you need him to be, but on special teams. And I think, I've heard the expression, I've heard NFL guys say, your roster's really made by the last 10 guys on your roster. I don't know what that number is in college football, but I know guys like Sam are really valuable for that reason. And also they help you build the culture of your program. He's a really quality program guy, from the classroom to the weight room to the football field.
I asked you about the depth on the offense, building depth on the offensive line yesterday. How about linebackers? We know Snyder and Longa are going to give you what they're going to give you, but the guys behind them, what have you seen from them this spring?
I think Lester Liston is coming on. I think TJ Taylor's coming on. I was talking to TJ's coach, Coach George, yesterday at our clinic, and I was telling him the same thing. I think he's starting to make plays, and he's a guy, if he gets a crack, he can run through it, and he's tough to get you can get your hands on because of how fast he is. A guy like Miles Nash made another play today. He's getting an opportunity. I apologize for not getting you the injury report. I'll get that to you this afternoon. But Quentin is going to be down for the rest of spring. You'll see that when it comes out. So Miles has got a great opportunity right now to play a lot of reps and a lot of reps with the ones and really show us what he can do.
How's Ian Thomas done in getting back and missing time? Has he caught up and everything catching up to him now?
I don't know. I don't know if I could say that just yet. I think he's working hard. I think he's doing a good job out here on the field. He's competing. He's playing within the system. I think, you know, for everybody on the team, we want him to start spring anew. You know, so I don't know if it was about catching up because we start at the beginning and install everything over again. But I think so far he's done a good job.
Got time for 2 more.
Peoples was your offensive player of the year last spring, or most improved offensive player. Yeah. Can he? You've singled him out a couple times. Can he? Is he actually having a better spring now than when he was most improved last year?
I thought he had a pretty good spring last year. I don't know if he's having a better spring, but I think he's a better player. I don't think there's any doubt about that. I think last year we saw the beginning stages of it, and now we're seeing a much more complete Desmond Peoples, and that to me is the most exciting thing, because we knew when we recruited him he could run with the football, but now we're seeing him catch it out of the backfield. We're seeing him block. We're seeing him do all these little things you need a guy to do to have an opportunity to be a great back, and that to me is the best part of what he's doing so far this spring.
I'll just stick with the fullbacks, I guess. Just how valuable is Michael Burton? Like, what's he bring to you guys?
Michael Burton's a very valuable football player. He does a lot of things on our team, and I mean, I could see a scenario where he ends up becoming our third down back the way Brian was, you know, back then. You know, that might be a role that he takes on as we get into training camp in the fall. So he's a guy that you trust with no reservations, and those guys on your team are very valuable.